So, welcome to our evening meditation in what I guess is the second week of Lent, I think, and picking up a theme that we've often come back to from Richard Rohr of moving from order through disorder to reorder, and this idea of a journey, but more explicitly from myth or legend, the idea of the journey of a hero, um, where those three stages you might have departure and then an encounter followed by a return. Odysseus in Greek legend, or more modern times, Dorothy in The Wizard of Oz, where she has to leave Kansas, taken away by a tornado. Very often the encounter that leads to change, the disorder, is often something we don't anticipate. It might be an accident, a death even, or suffering of some sort. The hero has to lose or walk away from their sense of order and enter some kind of disorder. And the encounter, experiencing something bigger, more demanding of the deeper self. Perhaps we could imagine that applying to Jesus in the wilderness. And then there's the return, usually to where we started, but knowing it in a new way, and to life in a new way. So with that thought in our mind for this evening, we settle ourselves. Take a deep cleansing breath in through the nose and release it out through the mouth. Adjust the position, conscious of our bodies, conscious of our contact with the chair, the sofa, of our contact through our feet with the ground. And take another deep breath in and out. And either close your eyes or lower your gaze or use the image on the screen. And we're just going to do a conscious relaxation of the body, imagining a gentle wave of relaxation, starting with the feet, focusing your attention on them and then consciously relaxing them. And through the ankles, the same. Even if you don't tense or flex the muscles, just a conscious intention to relax. And then moving up through the calves and the shins. You might imagine this wave of relaxation as a warm light, a yellow light, moving up the legs, past the knees, the thighs, letting them relax. Through the pelvis and the waist and the stomach, focusing and allowing it to relax. Torso and your chest, to the shoulders. So your body pretty well filled now with this warm yellow light. And starting again at your fingertips and letting them relax. Hands and wrists, forearm, upper arms to the shoulders. And then an area that can be particularly stiff or tense, the neck filling up, relaxing. Through the chin, the muscles and the areas of the face, up to the top of the head, even the scalp, letting that relax. And maybe allow a smile to come to your lips, and a moment of giving thanks for where you are. And we welcome God's presence. We welcome our presence with the divine. And return for a few moments to the breath, taking 3 deeper breaths in through the nose and out through the mouth. Conscious as you breathe in of an expansion. Expansion of the lungs, the diaphragm, stomach. Allow your breathing now just to find its own rhythm, hopefully a little bit deeper than if you were just going about your daily business without thinking about the breath. And a couple more thoughts on that idea of the hero departing, encountering and returning. Returning a changed person. So the first point to reiterate is that the encounter may well be uncomfortable. It may well be stressful or even painful. It may involve loss, but a falling down in order to climb up. Perhaps losing the world to gain the soul. But by avoiding this falling, denying the pain, many have probably not benefited or not progressed on their spiritual journey and depth. And then what of this change? We return a changed person. Richard Rohr suggests that those who've passed over through this encounter are now inside a much bigger picture. Deep communion and dear compassion are formed much more by shared pain than shared pleasure. I think of the musician Nick Cave, whose son a few years ago tragically died in a cliff accident aged just 15. And Cave now would say that it's through this pain, through this grief even, that he has found a deeper place and an expanded compassion. Perhaps we become reclaimed by something deeper. So, the encounter may be painful, but the change is profound and includes compassion. And a third thought, what about where the hero returns to, the surrounding community? Often in classic mythology, the story begins with a kingdom as a wasteland. Crops are not growing, babies are not being born, there's despair. And a youthful challenger goes on a journey, and when he or she returns, fertility and abundance are restored. Rain falls, crops spring up, people feel hopeful and alive once more. Heroes then are not only people who grow and change as a result of their journeys, they are agents of change, bringing new life to an ailing culture. And for us, no less. Today, we're required to find the treasure of our true selves and then to share that with the community as a whole. To the degree that we do this, kingdoms can be transformed. And so to an initial silence, which we might call our contemplation, something around these ideas of journeying, coming back changed, a deeper compassion, and bringing change to our communities. And the music is quite Lenten from Salt of the Sound, Kyrie in eleison. Lord have mercy, Christ have mercy. And to take us to our longer silence, just a further thought on journeying. That the journey of life is a sacred journey. And this is where our contemplation and meditation can help. Because if we're in a constant, busy, frenetic state, we don't have the capacity to shift and change and deepen. There has to be a pause, a breath, a waiting. The journey is sacred because we're not just flesh and blood. We are enfleshed spirit, perhaps. And so what other kind of a journey could we take except a spiritual journey? In the Christian tradition, the Holy Spirit is supposed to lead us into all truth. And perhaps it is indeed the Spirit within us that is a guiding light, a lamp to our feet that helps us to know what to do, how to do it, and to be still. Of course, this stillness doesn't immediately lead to knowing. We have to be still, and then we have to be patient, and then the knowing comes about. So to our longer silence, in which you might further dwell on those themes, or just focus on your breath, or practice the self-awareness of noticing your thoughts and allowing them to settle. So coming out of our silence, gently opening our eyes when ready, gently stretching, a couple of closing words based on the Book of Kings. May we watch for you, O Lord, in the storm, in the earthquake, and in the fire, lest in the stillness of the silence you go undetected. And then following that, Howard Thurman, sometimes in the stillness of the quiet, if we listen, we can hear the whisper in the heart, giving strength to weakness, courage to fear, hope to despair.